Well, it appears more and more that the 3 victims in the murders in Scarborough yesterday were killed by crossbow bolts, but it looks like they may have been stabbed by the arrows, not shot with the crossbow itself. I spoke with one expert about just how dangerous this weapon is and how easy it is to get here in Canada. It is one of the weapons of choice in the popular TV series The Walking Dead when it comes to stopping zombies.
Shut up.
And that popularity is crossing over into real life as more and more hunters are hitting the woods with a deadly crossbow.
They are the fastest growing segment of the archery industry.
Bill Pym is a crossbow expert out of Florida. He says from close range when hunting, the bolts are as deadly as bullets.
These have razor-tipped, razor blades for the most part on these arrowheads. You're designed for crossbow and for archery. The kill is the animal is going to bleed to death.
Pym says the biggest limitation on a crossbow is when it comes to loading. The hunting versions actually require a crank. It is physically impossible to load them by hand.
You can do it probably in, maybe 15 to 20 seconds. But when you're hunting, that's a lot of time. So you don't have time, to get off a second shot. Most likely you're going to spook, the game that you're shooting at.
So what about the legalities of a crossbow? Here in Canada, it is considered a firearm, but according to the RCMP, you do not need a valid firearms license.
That's going to hurt.
Legislation to change that was never brought into effect. However, crossbows that you can fire with one hand or are shorter than 50 centimeters are banned. Pym says south of the border, the laws vary from state to state, but he says they need to be changed for safety concerns.
There's a lot of people out there with crossbows, which is good and bad. You should get properly trained, before you go out hunting. That's not always the case.
And more and more, it's harder to find a place you can use crossbows here if you just want to do target practice. Many areas ban them.